Leadership. It's a concept we hear about constantly. But what if the key to effective leadership isn't found in boardrooms or motivational speeches, but in everyday symbols all around us? Today, we're diving into a book that's turning traditional leadership wisdom on its head.
Oh, that's an intriguing perspective. What book are we talking about?
We're exploring Symbols of Leadership: Best Practices for Personal and Corporate Growth by Dr. Jonathan Chuma. It's a fascinating take on leadership that uses powerful symbols to illustrate key concepts. Chuma argues that leadership isn't just about titles or positions, but about influence, vision, and guiding others towards shared goals.
Hmm, that's an interesting approach. How does Chuma use these symbols to explain leadership?
Well, he introduces several symbols throughout the book, each representing a different aspect of leadership. For instance, the first symbol is the compass, which represents the visionary aspect of leadership. Just as a compass points the way through unknown terrain, a leader's vision guides others through uncertainty.
That makes sense. I guess without a clear direction, it's easy for a team to get lost or sidetracked.
Exactly. And Chuma takes this idea further. He emphasizes that it's not just about having a vision, but also about communicating it effectively to inspire others. A leader needs to share their vision with passion and confidence. But here's an interesting twist: while the vision itself might be fixed, the path to achieving it needs to be flexible.
So it's about balancing consistency and adaptability? That sounds challenging.
It can be, for sure. But Chuma argues that this balance is crucial for effective leadership. Let's move on to another symbol: the torch. This one really resonated with me. It symbolizes the leader as a guide, illuminating the path for others and helping them discover their own potential.
That's a powerful image. How does Chuma suggest leaders can be this guiding light?
He emphasizes three key aspects: empowering others, leading by example, and creating a culture of continuous learning. It's not about telling people what to do, but about inspiring and enabling them to grow and achieve. A leader should light the way and then let others shine. You know, it reminds me of that quote: "A candle loses nothing by lighting another candle."
That's a beautiful analogy. It seems like Chuma is really emphasizing the nurturing aspect of leadership.
Absolutely. But he also recognizes the need for strength and resilience, which brings us to the next symbol: the oak tree. Chuma uses this to represent a leader's ability to withstand adversity. Just as an oak tree has deep roots that allow it to stand firm through storms, leaders need to be grounded in their values and able to bounce back from setbacks.
Interesting. So it's not just about being tough, but about having a solid foundation?
Exactly. And this foundation isn't just for the leader's benefit. Like an oak tree provides shelter, leaders need to protect and support their teams. This ties into the next symbol: the shield.
The shield? How does that relate to leadership?
Well, Chuma emphasizes that good leaders protect their team, ensuring that people feel safe, supported, and valued. This creates an environment of trust and collaboration. When people feel protected and supported, they're more likely to take risks, share ideas, and give their best effort.
That makes a lot of sense. It's about creating psychological safety, right?
Precisely. And it's not just about protecting from external threats, but also about creating an emotionally safe environment within the team. This involves open communication, conflict resolution, and standing up for your people when needed. Trust really is the foundation of effective leadership.
These symbols are really painting a comprehensive picture of leadership. What other symbols does Chuma introduce?
Next he introduces the sword, which represents discipline, precision, and decisive action. Chuma makes the point that without discipline, a leader's power can be misused or wasted. It's about focusing on execution, maintaining consistency, and holding oneself and others accountable.
That's an important counterpoint to the more nurturing aspects we've discussed. How does Chuma suggest balancing these different elements?
Great question. Chuma emphasizes that this discipline needs to be balanced with the ability to unlock potential in others. That's where he introduces the symbol of the key. Leaders have the responsibility to unlock the talents and creativity of their team members. It's about identifying strengths, providing opportunities for growth, and encouraging ownership.
So it's not just about enforcing rules, but about opening doors for others?
Exactly. When leaders empower their team members in this way, it fosters a sense of responsibility and initiative. And this idea of empowering others leads us to one of the most powerful symbols in the book, the crown of service. Chuma emphasizes that true leadership is rooted in service to others. Leaders who prioritize the needs of their team above their own earn respect and loyalty.
Mm-hmm. That's reminiscent of the concept of servant leadership, isn't it?
You're spot on. It's about understanding that leadership is a responsibility, not a privilege. Leaders who lead with humility and empathy often build stronger, more committed teams. And this ties into the final symbol Chuma introduces, the legacy tree. This represents the long-term impact of leadership. Just as a tree leaves behind seeds that grow into new trees, a leader's influence spreads far beyond their immediate circle.
That's a beautiful metaphor. It really emphasizes the long-term nature of true leadership.
Absolutely. Chuma drives home the point that a leader's legacy is built on the trust, respect, and growth they inspire in others. It's not just about what you achieve personally, but about how you enable and empower others to achieve greatness.
This book really seems to offer a comprehensive view of leadership. From vision and guidance to strength and service, it covers all the key aspects of effective leadership.
You're right, it does. And I think one of the key takeaways is that leadership is a journey, not a destination. It requires continuous learning, growth, and adaptation. Whether you're leading a large corporation or simply trying to be a better version of yourself, these principles can guide you on that journey.
That's a powerful message. I'm curious, which symbol resonated most with you?
For me, it was the torch. I love the idea of leadership as a way of illuminating the path for others and helping them discover their own potential. It reminds me of the importance of mentorship and creating opportunities for growth. What about you?
Well, I think for me it was the oak tree. The idea of being firmly rooted in your values while still being able to grow and adapt really struck a chord with me.
That's a great choice. It's a reminder that true strength comes from within, but it's expressed through our ability to weather storms and continue growing. I think that's the beauty of Chuma's approach. Different symbols will resonate with different people, but they all contribute to a comprehensive understanding of leadership.
You're right about that. It's a very inclusive and adaptable framework for thinking about leadership and
Definitely. And I think it's worth noting that these principles apply not just to formal leadership roles, but to our everyday lives as well. We all have the opportunity to lead in various contexts in our families, our communities, or even just in our personal growth journeys.
That's an excellent point. How do you think someone could start applying these principles in their daily life?
Great question. I think a good starting point would be to reflect on your personal vision, your compass, so to speak. What are your core values? What direction do you want your life to take? Once you have that clarity, you can start thinking about how to be a torch for others, how to build resilience like an oak tree, and how to create a safe space for those around you.
Those are practical steps anyone can take. It's empowering to think that we can all embody these leadership qualities.
Absolutely. And I think it's important to remember that this is a process. You don't become a great leader overnight. It's about consistent effort, learning from mistakes, and always striving to grow. Chuma's book provides a roadmap, but the journey is unique for each of us.
Speaking of growth, do you think there are any potential pitfalls or challenges in trying to embody all these leadership qualities?
That's an insightful question. One challenge I can see is the potential for overwhelm. Trying to embody all these qualities at once could be daunting. It's important to remember that growth is a process, and it's okay to focus on developing one aspect at a time. Another potential pitfall could be losing authenticity in the attempt to embody these ideals. It's crucial to integrate these principles in a way that feels genuine and aligns with your personal style.
Those are great points. It's about finding a balance and staying true to yourself while striving for growth.
Exactly. And I think that's where the symbol of the oak tree becomes particularly relevant. It's about having strong roots, a solid sense of self and values, while still being flexible enough to grow and adapt. Leadership isn't about becoming someone else, but about becoming the best version of yourself.
That's a powerful message to end on. Any final thoughts on Chuma's book and its approach to leadership?
Well, I think the key takeaway is that leadership is multifaceted. It's not just about being strong, or just about being kind, or just about having a vision. It's about integrating all these qualities in a way that allows you to guide, inspire, and empower others while continually growing yourself. Truma's use of symbols provides a memorable and impactful framework for understanding these complex ideas.
It certainly seems like a book worth reading for anyone interested in personal growth or leadership development.
Absolutely. Whether you're a CEO, a team leader, or simply someone looking to make a positive impact in your personal life, there's something valuable to be gained from this perspective on leadership. And that's a wrap for today's episode of Gen FM. We hope this discussion has inspired you to reflect on your own leadership journey and perhaps see leadership in a new light. Remember, whether you're leading a team or simply leading your own life, these principles can help guide you towards success and fulfillment. Thanks for joining us, and until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and keep leading.